Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be playing Return to Grace. It looked very cool, so I wanted to play this. And let's get right into it. Game 1.
Stick's not responding.
38.
Can you take control?
The storm is interfering with my senses.
The ancient resting place of humanity's greatest achievement.
Hold on.
Impact in 10, 9, oh, there it is.
Return to Grace? Is it Earth? We're returning to
Addy?
Earth?
Addy, please respond.
Oh, my name's Eddie.
Everything hurts.
You've been out for nearly an hour.
Me
What's our
crashed.
status, Alan?
We've crashed.
Yeah, I got that.
My
Yeah.
hull is intact. Thrusters 2 and 4 are damaged and will require realignment.
Is
So am I
Alan the
back.
robot?
Can you let me out?
Not before we talk about your suit.
No.
Okay, talk.
I'm reading green on seals, green on batteries. Thermals
Okay.
are, well, not green, but fine, and you have 5.35 hours of oxygen. Maybe
No.
6 if we run the scrubbers hot. But Addy, we've had this discussion before. You won't have enough
Alan,
to...
it's fine. I have a plan.
I'm concerned
have a
that...
I
Plan.
have a plan.
We don't have a plan, do we?
Understood.
Now, open the hatch.
I don't think we have a plan.
The canopy hydraulics are not responding. You'll have to pull the manual release.
Manual release. Okay. S. Hold S. Okay.
Seriously. You stupid piece of junk.
Don't fall
I'm
down.
right here.
That hurt. A lot.
Visibility's terrible. Any sign of the spire?
Oh,
I'm not picking up
the
anything.
spire.
Just the original beacon signal. You'll need to use your wayfinder to locate an entry point. If there is one.
Wayfinder. Okay.
Let's figure out where you're at, Grace.
Oh wait.
You know the beacon could be anything. A lost colony, a relay station.
200 distinct oral histories can't be wrong, Alan.
Whoa, that's
Grace is
cool.
here.
Whoa.
I can't believe this storm.
It's a storm.
Where would this have come from?
There is record of ancient terraforming on other moons. I think it's safe to assume that Ganymede is not an exception.
Okay. Ganymede? Who's
There's something
Ganymede?
man-made here. Looks like a weather station, or maybe a seismic station.
No, that's a
What's the era of
Roomba.
that relay from the Dawes Sea Dig? It's at least 700 years old, Alan.
700 years old.
There's a little bridge here. There wouldn't be much sense of building this if we weren't within walking distance of the spire.
By all estimates, the beacon is within 400 meters.
Within
This
400
looks
meters.
climbable.
Climbable. Indeed.
Which way here?
Kind of want to go that way. Just because I want to see what's here. Really cool though. The weather here. Very nice. Oh, it's all the same? Oh, never mind. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yep. There goes the back again.
What happened?
Fell into a stupid fissure.
Fissure.
Looking for a new way to reach the spire. Or at least someplace where it will be easier to find my body.
You can climb that. Unless your suit's like real heavy. But like we saw you jump before, so it should be that. What? Thought I saw a hole in there. Better not. The lighting is cool. Opening is
Looks a little
squeezed through.
tight.
That's what she... No.
opened up again.
Is that
Another station. Too
another?
close together to be weather stations.
So seismic then. Icequakes would be the risk of building here. So it makes sense they would track activity.
Mm-hmm.
The surface temperature is dropping. We can't maintain your thermals
Bro,
much
these
longer.
spire,
Close.
no,
I can
these
feel it.
called
I wish I shared your
spikes.
optimism.
Really cool. Is that another thing? Nah, can't be. We are close.
Oh my god. This has to be it.
What are you seeing, Addie?
I'm looking at
Oh.
what must be the Spire superstructure. There's a destroyed surface ladder.
Surface
I'll
landing?
need to find another way in.
Okay, oh,
Can't imagine how something this big has gone undetected for this long.
A 500-year-old storm?
I don't know. Doesn't seem possible.
that's so cool. Mega structure.
I can see an exhaust port that might be low enough to jump to.
Jump to.
Did you make it, Addie?
That's crazy,
one
that
sec.
jump.
I'm in.
Okay. This looks way too
All right,
alien.
Grace.
Or is it just
Let's find out what
ice?
you've been up to for the past
Might just be
900
ice.
years.
500 years. Wow. Duck under. I don't see anything. Oh, okay.
Hope my light still works.
Whoa, what was that? That was just
You
her
should see
hand.
this spooky tunnel I'm in, Alan.
And why would I want that?
Come on, you're not excited?
You crash-landed me in a frozen hellscape and left me for salvage.
10 years of research, not to mention 6 months of spaceflight, are about to pay off.
But at what cost?
Don't ruin this for me.
At what cost?
Looks like a bit of a labyrinth, but I'm still picking up the signal ahead.
And you can still hear me?
Labyrinth?
Loud and clear, buddy.
Sis, nothing there.
Structure looks to be in decent condition.
Another
That
good
looks
sign.
scary. It's like something's they're about to lunge at me.
Everything about this place looks 30th century to me. It's the right era, the right size.
Don't say it, Addie. We've had our hopes dashed before.
Hope there's no monsters here. That would be terrible. Okay.
This one's
Broken.
broken. I think I can crawl through.
Okay. Hope they don't turn back on. We are here. Shaft.
Jeez. That's gotta be over 15 meters.
And if gravity here is 1/6 of that on Earth, then a 15-meter fall here would be the equivalent of falling less than 3 meters at standard G. Which
Okay.
you've mastered a couple of times already on the moon's surface.
Alright.
Ah, it's probably fine.
I could calculate outcome probabilities based on previous drop impacts if you've already jumped, haven't you?
Well. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Broken.
Gosh, I hope this is the right way.
The way. No, the way. Sliding?
Oh boy, this is slick.
Addie?
Oh no.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright. We have made it.
Whoa.
Are you hurt, Addie?
The
I'm working on it.
race?
The structure is enormous.
Can I open
This
this?
has to be the Gray Spire, Alan.
And there it is. The perfect setup for disappointment.
That's cool. Alright.
found the beacon. The transmitter is on some sort of console.
Some sort of
It must be
console.
part of a control network.
This is
for the
not an
megastructure.
Xbox.
You think we can make a connection
Or
here?
PlayStation.
Theoretically, if you run a scan, I can attempt to connect.
Attempt to connect.
The interface language is quite old and sophisticated, but we should be able to calibrate your computer to interact. You
Oh
can
yeah.
use your gyroscope to sync with the terminal. I have the first calibration position. The meter will indicate when you are close.
Okay. How?
Watch the meter closely and move your hand slowly to find the position.
Is that it? Yo. Okay.
First position is locked. Second calibration position is up.
Alright,
That's
it's
two.
easy.
And here's the final position.
Final position. Alright.
That's it. We're in.
We're in.
Accessing the network now. Oh,
That was cool. Oh. No.
Shit. Alan, you there?
No.
Hello. A visitor. Let's have a look.
Grace?
Where's Alan? Who is this?
Who is this? Who are you? Entering a home without knowing its host.
Are you... Grace?
Good question. I'm not entirely Grace. I'm running on just a small part of her logic processing.
Grace is
Okay.
still here.
And what brings you here?
My name is Adamari Ito. I'm an explorer.
And
I
the
must
Mary
apologize,
Ito.
Adamari. It would appear I have lost much of my capacity. I cannot see very far beyond the room we are in.
I've lost connection with my ship's AI.
You won't need Alan here. I can show you around.
Will you be able to let
Whoa.
me out of this room?
Of course. But until we are able to restore power to the station, I will require your assistance.
Okay.
There should be a manual winch set in the floor at the foot of one of the sliding doors.
This?
This must be it.
Working the winch will open the door.
Alright.
Do you know where Grace has been all this time?
Grace went somewhere?
She's been gone for hundreds of years.
I am running on a very old server. My memories predate the completion of the Grace Spire.
Grace ushered in humanity's golden age. Peace across the system, booming interplanetary trade, scientific marvels, colonies beyond the orbit of Neptune, and she was
Damn,
gone.
Grace.
And it all fell apart.
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Well, you're a lot more than an archaeologist usually gets.
Grace was a badass, I think.
The first step to restoring Grace is to bring the Spire's power station back online.
Let's do it.
That's
I
so
like the
cool
way.
though.
What do I do here?
This is a security panel. I am decrypting the pattern now. Ah, yes. Simple enough. You'll need to light up 9 buttons, forming a square at the center of the panel.
What?
Okay. The 9 buttons in the center.
That is what I said.
If you're not Grace, then what do I call you?
I don't believe there are any identification strings in my base logic that would suffice.
I'll call you Logic then. For now. Till we have a better
What?
idea of who you are. And, you can call me Addie.
I will refer to you as Addie, then, until we have a better idea of who you are.
Say it? How is that a puzzle?
So what exactly are you?
The station's emergency server had
Yes.
defaulted to Grace's original logic processing,
Original
That's me.
logic processing.
as you've suggested. The server can also run a program dedicated to the control of infrastructure, and a third system dedicated solely to empathizing with and understanding humans. When power is
Humans.
restored, Grace's primary servers should come online. and we will become some small part of Grace's consciousness.
Grace's consciousness. So Grace is an AI?
This looks like metallic rock.
The power station is set into the spire's foundation stone.
The foundation stone would have been an
stone.
asteroid, right?
Most certainly. About 50 cubic kilometers, from what I can recall.
Amazing. Most accounts of Grace's origins talk about an asteroid being pulled from the heavens.
From the heavens.
There wouldn't be any construction resources on Ganymede and nothing to anchor the structure. I can't imagine the effort it would have taken to redirect an asteroid that big. We don't do anything like that today.
Hmm.
Can you open this?
With some difficulty. I will need to direct power from logic to control processing. And I will not function at the same cognitive level until full power is restored.
What do you mean, at the same level?
Good luck, Addy.
No.
You
Goodbye.
still there?
Mini
Where
Grace.
would I have gone?
You sound a little different.
Oh, okay.
Just stronger. The voice of control resonates through the very walls of the structure. I shall
Yes.
start the turbine after you prime the generators that open the spillway.
And this turbine still works?
It worked before, and it will work again. You shall find the generators on the platform at the other side of the room.
Alrighty. You know what's in these?
Go to the 3 generators overlooking the turbine.
Okay, okay. 3 generators. These?
You must prime the generators first.
Makes sense. These look like holding tanks. How exactly do these turbines work?
Enough, Addy. You must go to the generators.
Alright, get it.
What's the crane for?
For the last time, go to the generators.
Alright, get it. Control? What a control freak.
So, why do you need me to start these? These look like crystal core processors. Amazing. You can find the material to build one of those today.
Why do you insist on being so insolent? Go to the generators.
Alright, I'm here.
So,
Yeah.
do you share memories with the logic processor?
Indeed. We are all part of Grace. Aspects of
Me
her
included.
infinite power. Shadows of what was, and promises of what will be. I was the light that shone in the darkness. I was the hand that divided the firmament.
What? The firmament. Firmament. Oh,
The turbine has failed us.
doesn't look good.
That's not good.
I must call upon you to cast out the wicked instrument,
The what?
the broken turbine. You must go to it now.
Alright.
Call. Lift.
Going down.
Down.
I'm safe to be down here, right?
You
No.
shall not be harmed. You must uncouple the safety latches.
That sounds unsafe.
It is
Yep.
not.
Safety latches. You disable the safety latches. Doesn't sound really safe to do.
You must now go to the magnetic crane.
A kinetic ray. I see.
You're sure I'll be able to fix this?
If you trust in my word, yes.
Alright. Fine. Turbine. I'm here. Magnetic crane.
You must first cast out the old turbine.
Oh.
Now cast aside the wretched unit.
There's a turbine? Okay.
Now you shall place the new turbine.
Down. Easy enough. Right there. Okay. Nice. Whoa, that's bright.
Hello?
Everett, is that you?
Grace?
Everett.
Everett. Who is Everett?
Behold,
Yes, my name's not
power.
Everett.
What's happened?
I am reborn. Humanity will once again flourish in the brightness of my glory.
This isn't right. Our processing has not combined. Grace has not been restored.
I think she was here for a moment. She was calling to someone. Do you know who Everett is?
No. With power restored, my mind is clearer, sharper. But I could not tell you who Everett is.
You must leave this place at once. Return to your vessel and spread word of my return. From
Where'd I go?
Sol's fiery core to the icy Kuiper expanse, all must know.
I've hijacked the volume control. I don't feel like this is going to be a short commandment. We'll see how long before he notices.
It took me nearly a year to get here. I want to know if Grace can be brought back.
There is more complex to explore if you head back to the control room through which you
Head
entered.
back.
We should determine where in the megastructure my central processors are located. Perhaps along the way you may learn more about this Everett.
I forbid you to linger a moment longer.
And he's back.
Like a divine comet, dive from the outer reaches and spread light and understanding to the inner
Please.
worlds.
I'm not leaving.
Yet more insolence.
So, are there any accounts as to why Grace was shut down in the first place?
There's no electronic record at all. That would have been lost during the Great Dark Age.
Dark Age?
Dark
Much of
Age.
humanity's record keeping would have been managed by Grace. So, she went down 900 years ago, so did the ability to record what
Like
happened.
One
The
Piece.
research that led me here was based on oral histories mostly, and some artifacts we uncovered on Earth and Mars. Relay devices that were once connected to Grace's network.
Then we share an interest in shedding light on this Dark Age.
Dark Age. Can I run? No running button.
From what I can tell, there is some sort of transit system on the other side of the control room, which should lead you to the other parts of the spire.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, everything went.
I will illuminate the door leading to this transit system.
It's so quiet.
Alas, I require your nimble fingers again.
Alright, what's the pattern?
It's the pattern.
Another easy one. The Phoenician letter Tau.
Who would know that?
I don't know. Perhaps an archaeologist? How about the Greek letter Chi?
What? What? I don't
The
know.
Roman numeral 10?
Okay.
What's it again?
Please tell
Roman-
me you know your Roman numerals.
Nah, I don't. I
How
forgot.
about a big fat X?
That's
you know
what
that one?
I thought.
Perhaps it's the symbol you use to sign documents.
Just give me a sec.
A centuries M, I think. I was thinking of centuries.
Got it.
This is not the way to your ship.
Do you believe Grace could have done something to cause humans to turn on her?
Like what?
Like becoming too overbearing?
Like
Humans would have been given
control.
no reason to question my bearing.
It's one of my theories, yes? This must be the main entrance. I'm guessing the landing pad is on the other side of the big doors?
That's correct, Addy. Though the pad appears to be buried under meters of
A lot
ice.
of lights flicking.
What are these for?
They appear to be terminals for processing visitors to the spire. But they no longer store any useful information.
Pretty. I go there. History.
This looks Olympian or Neo-Egyptian.
Neo-Egyptian.
Triangle must represent the spire. Beautiful, don't you think?
Does it matter if it's beautiful?
That's another way to see it, sure.
Okay.
Cool statue. Or
Jupiter.
maybe it's a mobile. Do the little moons move?
Perhaps at one point in time, though I'm not sure of the relevance of that.
Just curious. Is this an airlock?
Yes, the spire beyond this point can be pressurized.
Pressure.
I assume your suit has
Pressure
limited
me.
oxygen?
I have about 5 hours left.
That's quite a risk you're taking. Were you assuming station life support could be restored?
Well, can it?
I believe so. But for reasons I'll never understand, life support is controlled by empathy processing. I suppose they had to give it something to do. I will enable that programming
I mean, it
now.
makes sense though. Empathy and
Hello,
life.
Hello. So you're going to get oxygen going?
The process has already begun, my friend. No rush.
My friend.
If you let me accompany you along the path ahead, I can balance the environment to your life force as we walk.
Oh, here we go.
Nice. Whoa.
Wow. How are these plants still intact?
That's really
They must
good.
have been subject to a very sudden drop in temperature while still alive.
Uh-huh.
What is
Freezing?
this place?
Remaining connected to one's natural world is important for a person's well-being.
True.
A fitting starting point for those entering the structure, don't you think?
Yep,
Do you see
true.
them, Addie? Life in perfect stillness.
Yep.
Um,
It's very
Flowers defying
beautiful.
the hoarfrost, as you have defied the emptiness of space to arrive here.
I guess.
Trees.
Which one are you?
Pardon me?
Which
Fair
one of
enough.
these blooms best embodies your spirit?
Seriously?
It's important I know these things in the balancing of
I'll be
illuminatory
honest, the queen
ergonomics.
will look
Fancy
real good.
words do not make this any less idiotic.
Go ahead, Addie. There are no wrong choices.
Yep. Can't play with it.
By all means, take your time if you need it.
I would, but
Do you recognize any of the objects in this section of the garden? I'd love to know what you think of
it's a
them.
Chinese lion,
For
right?
the calibration process.
Calibration process. Statue.
This
Foxes.
statue could be outer colonial. It's simple, but it's quite
It's
beautiful. I guess.
Japanese
And
looking.
why would its beauty matter?
People like pretty things.
A human truth spanning thousands of years.
Yep.
Am I doing this right?
You are doing splendidly.
I'm sorry. This cannot possibly be necessary.
Temperature preferences
is.
can vary considerably between individuals. Careful calibration is essential.
How about above freezing and we proceed?
It's
Hmm.
really up to Addie. If you don't wish to consider more objects, I can set the
21
temperature within
degrees.
a survivable range, and you can move on to the flower bed next to the stairs.
Nah.
This must
I-
be Terra Classical, or made in the style.
The ancient Greeks boarded their ships and set out to explore the world, to discover its gods
No
and
face.
conquer its monsters. You are an explorer, Addie. But are you here to meet a god or to slay some beast, I wonder?
What's the point of this, Addie?
I'm an explorer. I'm here to learn.
True. Yep.
I
An
have
anvil.
no idea what this is. A weapon or
They
tool
don't
of
know
some
what
kind?
an anvil
It's a
is.
device for working metal. Why do you suppose it's in this garden, Addie?
It could be a symbol of hard work.
An industrious future? Or a laborious past, perhaps?
Hmm.
You're not a planner, are you?
Oh.
I've been told that.
Absolutely not a planner.
Is this a lantern?
Yep.
An expression of our certainty in the flow of time.
How so?
A craftsman spent months carving this remarkable device based on the absolute certainty that after day, night would follow.
All right, I follow.
What would you say these objects have in common?
They're artifacts from long before the building of the station.
The things we leave behind say something about us, don't they?
What a society leaves behind is all we have in understanding how they lived.
But we're interested in what you were willing to leave behind in order to come here.
Haven't left a whole lot, to be honest.
I believe that's all I will need to set the perfect temperature.
Finally.
You can move on to the flower bed next to the stairs. Go ahead and choose a blue, Maddie.
Oh. Do I choose the purple flowers, or the yellow flowers, or the red flowers? They all look real good. Red used to be, no, yellow used to be my favorite color. Then it changed to red. But I like blue
Go
now
ahead and
because
choose a
blue
blue,
is calm.
Maddie.
Should I choose yellow? Let me look at the flowers. Purple, not really. It's not really vibing with me. Not really vibing. Red, they look cool. I'll choose yellow.
How about this one?
A solid
right.
choice. You walked an unsteady path to get here, and I think you've come in search of comfort, perhaps. Or you wish to become part of something bigger than yourself. I'm making the lighting adjustments now.
The lighting
Perfect
adjustments.
The room is fully compressed, and we can go about setting oxygen levels.
Call me old-fashioned, but how about the traditional 21%?
Go ahead and seat yourself at the center of the pergola.
Oh. Pergola? Really? It's for pergola? I thought these things were called pagoda. Oh.
Very
Okay.
good. Now, when you're
I'm
ready,
meditating.
you can remove your helmet.
My helmet?
Of course. You can't sample the air I've prepared with it on.
And you're sure it's safe?
Your well-being is the most important thing, Addie. I'm certain it is safe.
It should be,
Okay.
there's trees around.
Now I want you to take a deep breath.
Oh.
A nice, deep breath. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1, and release. Beautiful.
Oof.
And when you're ready, another deep breath in.
Another.
Deep as you can, Addie. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and release. Very good, Addie. Feel all that built-up stress from your long journey here release into the ether.
Oh, please.
Shut out any negative energy and take in another life-nurturing breath.
Wow, that's pretty. Another life-nurturing breath.
Fill those marvelous lungs. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and release. Wonderful.
Even the station has a limited supply of oxygen.
Next, I want you to really open your body by reaching up toward the sky.
Reaching up towards the sky. Oh, tap. I want to do that, but I have to tap.
Wonderful. How's that feel, Addie?
Kinda nice?
And we're almost done the calibration. For our last exercise, I will ask you to stand up.
Stand
Okay.
up for myself.
Now, once you're centered, you can hold your hands in a relaxed position in front of you.
Okay.
Now transfer your weight onto one foot. I want you to hold that for 10 seconds.
Okay.
What could this possibly have to do with oxygen levels?
It's about balancing.
Literal balancing? Unbelievable.
Almost there.
Okay. It's becoming
3,
harder.
2, 1. And that's 10 seconds. Excellent, Addie. We've done great work here today. I've made note of these settings for the other parts of the station.
Okay, thank
so
you.
we can move to the transit system now?
The door out is just up the stairs past the flowers.
That was good. I hope you guys did all that.
I'll do my best to get the oxygen mix just right in the rest of the station. Just let me know if anything is not quite working for you.
You don't suspect Grace was shut down in a human conflict?
Maybe. Or you were abandoned over time.
Abandoned?
We've walked away from a lot of great things.
True. Like reading books. Those are great. But
Very
people don't read
cool.
books anymore.
These tracks move transport pods to other levels of this complex.
Let's see if we can get this thing working.
Cool.
You wouldn't build a system like this if you didn't need to move a lot of people, which bodes well for finding something cool at the other end. This must be the transit control room. Looks like people worked here. This looks like a welder's jetpack. It's been disassembled for some reason. This one looks to be in working order.
Okay. Aren't I supposed to do something here? Oh.
No power?
There is no current running to this console. Control will be required to reroute power.
And you defied my wishes to tell the solar system of my return.
I'm just looking for answers, boss.
I am the only answer.
I alone
Control?
am the answer.
Fine. Where's the electrical access for the room?
To the left of the rear door. But as I said, you will need control to reroute power to the console.
This era of electronics is dead simple. Won't hurt to take a look.
Right. Electrical panel.
This should show the power status of the room's various systems. Well, nothing in the room is on standby.
As I'd said,
I'm gonna have to look at the breakers. My dad worked on older machines for a living. They're not predictable things. They have quirks.
I sense that there is joy in this work for Addie.
well, I can tell you there is no joy running to any of those breakers.
Sometimes a good whack will knock something into place.
It's worth a try.
Well, there's your problem right there.
The
Someone to
wire
remove
is
the
cut.
entire power relay.
As I told you,
Oh,
So why can't Control help us? Isn't he programmed to serve humans?
He's more accustomed to tasks like maintaining power grids across entire planets,
mm-hmm.
while I'm very much attuned to the needs of individuals.
What about you, Logic?
I apparently offer wisdom to the wind,
You activated Control and Empathy.
for all the good that did us.
Is there another configuration we can call on?
Grace's core processors contain only these 3 systems.
Can you combine the systems? Take the edge off Control with a little Empathy?
I suppose it's possible,
Get
but
per-
there's no telling what the outcome of something like that would be.
Could it be any worse than Control?
It can always be worse.
It sounds like a wonderful idea, Addie.
You're right. What do I know? Don't blame me if he turns out to be a murderer.
Get purple.
Addie?
Yep, it's me.
Orange.
Great. What are we doing again?
We're powering up pods.
So, you want to hotwire this thing?
Yes, please.
All right. Rerouting is good to go. You can meet me at the breaker panel. Go ahead and flip the switches.
You got it, pal.
And I'm Pal?
Sure. We'll call you pal.
Breakers look good.
Ow.
Now you can push the buttons that turn on the different systems.
Ooh, ooh.
Power's up. I'll let you do the honors.
Let me do the honors of this.
Here we go.
There's wires.
Oh, that's not good. I'm so sorry, Addie. I thought I would have enough power to do this for you. It seems so important for you to ride in a pod.
I think the track is just jammed with ice.
Ice? You'd think I would be able to handle a little ice.
It's okay.
Nah.
Is there some kind of de-icing
Chill.
system or something?
I don't know.
There is not.
Alright, let's look for something to deal with the ice.
No, it's just
This could
this.
be promising.
Would it be heavy enough to smash the ice?
Maybe. But I'm more interested in what that welding gun might do to the ice. Alright, pal. Let's try this one on for size.
So, what's it gonna do exactly?
Oh, I think you're gonna like it. This is a welder. See if it still works.
Look at that. A little blue light.
That's not gonna cut it. Are you able to control this?
For you, I could definitely try.
Can you
For
open
me,
the fuel throttle
thank
to the
you.
torch?
Okay.
Whoa.
I like that. What is it?
That's called an icebreaker, pal. Any idea where the flight controls are?
Someone remove them.
Okay.
I can take control if you like.
You know how to fly this?
Looks pretty easy. Stuff shoots out the back and you get thrown up in the air.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, it's working. We can fly.
Easy, pal.
Well, where do you want to go?
Alright. If you can move me to the pod, we can have a look at the ice. And, pal, it's super important that you don't cut the engines or move too fast. I don't want to get hurt.
I know, but it's great, isn't it?
Yep. As long as you don't kill me. Alright. This should be close enough.
Alright.
It's so bright and warm.
Just hold me steady.
This is really hard.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on, man.
Ugh, it's these stupid flames are throwing me around. Ugh,
You may
I think
want
that's
to.
good. Let's have a look at the rest of the track.
you got it. As long as you're not using the fire shooter, flying is pretty easy.
Just keep it up. Literally. There's more ice here on the right.
Wait. Ice go on ice.
Whoa, hold it steady.
Sorry. Ugh.
Short bursts, Addie. He's really struggling.
I know. Dang.
Keep going.
On it.
And this last bit here.
Hey.
Now you've got the hang of it.
This is so cool. It's like the best day of my life.
I missed your
Well,
first day.
I'm afraid we're almost done.
Is it the first day of his life actually? Right,
That's it?
done.
Do you think you can get me back?
Yeah, I know. Got stuff to do.
Okay.
That's fun, pal. We make a good team, right?
Yeah, I like the part where we burn the ice while flying.
Me too. Okay, I'm gonna bring down the pod.
Right.
So, where are we heading again?
I will be able to obtain structure schematics once we reach the next level.
You think we'll see any dead bodies?
Hope so.
Ooh. You mean hope so? Why would you want to see dead bodies?
Do you know if the pod system has stops along the way?
It does not. We are arriving at the track terminus now.
Does not. Whoa, whoa. Oh. Lands. Frozen outside.
This looks like a settlement. Can't believe how well preserved it is.
You think people could be alive in there?
You should really consider thinking before you speak. And then consider not speaking.
Logic. As long as life support is functional, it's not entirely impossible that someone's taken up here.
Or they could be zombies.
Well, that settles it. really are unburdened by intellect, aren't you?
What's the pattern here?
It's the Latin zes.
Huh?
Right, slower processors. You might call it a backwards Z or Z. And you'll need to make it the full width and height of the panel. Just having PAL running in the background is making us all a little stupider. If we did switch PAL off, I could always switch him back if we need to burn something.
There.
Damn, Logic hates PAL.
I've been thinking about why anyone would want Grace to be shut down. And I wonder if there could have been a flaw in her base programming.
Like what?
Control and empathy programming divert valuable processing power away from cognitive ability.
Which way am I going?
The big colorful doors. As I was saying, empathy interferes with practical decision-making. Control is a 4-year-old.
You are a 4-year-old.
Please stop. It says Keeper Rosaline.
She looks like a keeper.
She's pretty.
What do you suppose a keeper is?
It must have been a revered title if a statue was made for her.
Huh. Spire caretaker, maybe.
Well,
The settlement is through the large doors behind you.
about this thing.
You want the large doors.
No, I want this
Where
thing.
are you going?
I'm going this way.
Still not the way.
Yeah, but I
Still
want...
not the way. Still not the way. Still not the way.
The logic break? Yo,
Still not the way.
this is the way. Alright, fine.
The key to restoring Grace may be about understanding her potential flaws.
Are you going to tell me the pattern?
You think we're flaws?
Having a few flaws is perfectly all right.
Yeah.
Logic sounds jealous to me.
Jealous? Of what? You can't even open doors without me.
Where are you going with this?
We'll talk again once you can tell me who Everett is. Figure that out, and I'll grant you access to the main elevator.
Whoa.
Grant me access? Logic. Seriously?
She has no way to do things without your help. It must be frustrating for her.
Could we
true.
create another hybrid? Logic and empathy?
Yeah. Like how you made me. I could give it a try.
Stop, stop, stop. You'll burn the place down. I will run a logic and empathy configuration as long as you promise never to allow PAL here to do any reconfiguring of our processing.
Deal.
I don't think that smart lady likes me very much.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Hello, Addie. Where do you want to start?
Can we start with the security door to the settlement elevator?
They are encrypted. It would take me days to work out the pattern.
Is there any other way into the settlement?
There is a room off to the side that does not have an encrypted entry. Perhaps we'll find something helpful there.
Yeah, this.
So you can open these ones?
They have simple passcodes. I can retrieve and play back for you. You will need to enter the sequence manually.
Easy. Whoa, painting. Walls. Oh,
This looks like another control room.
whoa.
These
Oops.
are data banks?
Banks.
Yes, they contain flight records to and from the Spire.
Anything interesting about the records?
The bookings seem to be coming from internal servers, meaning the trip planning and coordination is all done here.
Where are people traveling from?
Everywhere. Destinations seem very evenly distributed throughout the solar system.
Looks like the image from the Spire entrance. This must be the Spire structure. It must be in this section here. Can you tell me where Grace's processors are located?
You would need to access the console, which is directly across from the map.
It must be where we are.
Is this the console?
Yes, this is where humans can track activity within the Spire. Elements of the interface are missing. I'm not sure I can access it.
Elements.
I think my comm device can be calibrated to connect.
Of course, yes. Let's give that a try.
Hack.
There are records here of people who have occupied the rooms over the years. You got it.
Nice.
Do we know the spire's capacity?
50 units. There it is.
Alright.
There are millions of names here.
Millions.
Well done.
Millions.
If a million people cycled through here, no one could have lived here that long.
A few weeks at most, by my estimates.
Alright.
Okay, I found record of an Everett who stayed on the 3rd floor. Unlike other visitors, there is no record of him leaving the spire.
So, Everett was a worker, or a colonist who lived here. Is that enough for you, Logic?
Hardly. It does nothing to explain why Grace would be calling to him.
So I'll need to find a way up to the 3rd floor.
Perhaps we can find one on the spire map.
That's pretty. Oh, I can't go that way. Oh.
All right, what are we looking for?
Grace processors are located at the top of the structure, as might be expected. There is also a massive radio beacon.
The beacon is the key, Addie. You must go now to activate the beacon to call the masses back to the spire.
Just a few minutes ago, you wanted me to leave on my ship.
The beacon is the answer. It has always been the answer.
Okay. Can you get me to the beacon then? Control?
Control will not be able to override security.
Then we need to learn more about Everett.
Here's the room where Everett once stayed.
Ooh, maybe we can see it from the balcony.
Possibly, but I don't see a viable route to get there.
Reach level 3.
I can see apartments.
Those are on level 2.
Well, if we can get to that balcony, maybe we can find a way to level 3. I can climb this.
I suppose.
I don't see many other options.
Yep. Climb, 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 climb. Secrets? No secrets.
It's pretty much a straight shot across. Looks sturdy enough.
Even in low G, a fall could result in an injury.
I've already fallen a few times from this height.
Yeah.
Careful, Addie. If you
Fell
broke a
from a
leg,
space.
how would you get back to your ship?
You sound like my mom. Whoa.
Addie! Addie! Are you okay?
I'm fine, but you can't be yelling things while I'm trying to cross.
So, you're going to try again after that? You nearly broke your neck, Addie.
Yep, you're totally my mom.
Falling's kind of fun. It's like really short flying.
Really short flying.
Please, be careful.
This is so
Be
cool.
careful.
Quiet, please.
Just concentrate on your breathing.
Yikes.
Yikes.
This is so exciting.
Breathe, Addie.
Woo woo woo.
Very good. Now keep walking forward.
I can't watch.
It's better to just run across this. It's probably easier also.
I knew you could do it.
You should really try running across next time.
That's what
I'm
I
hoping
said.
there won't be a next time.
It'd be faster too.
Looks pretty empty. Maybe the rooms were for short work contracts.
2-week work contracts?
Or were people just visiting the spire? People sat or knelt here.
This was a place for
These are
meditation.
not comfortable looking actually.
This looks like a shrine.
To honor Grace.
That looks like her symbol.
Her symbol. Cool patterns.
Some weird
Ooh.
little lavatory.
They've changed much over the years.
Not really. I've seen weirder. I've seen ones where people sat on ceramic bowls of water.
If they pooped in the water, what did they drink?
Water?
Well, check out the rooms, I guess. Look for a way to the next level? This must lead to an elevator.
It does, but it's another encrypted lock.
Oh, come on. Encrypted lock. Aren't you a super powerful
I light
AI?
up the pattern for you.
Boop, boop, boop. Hope this doesn't get too complicated, this pattern thing. 'Cause I hate memorization.
Another empty bedroom.
Another shrine.
I don't see a way up.
Wow. Oh, there's... That goes up. What is happening? Oh, that's cool. Some kind of mirroring effect. It's cool. Alright.
Here's the code.
Here's the code.
Not much here either.
Yep. But...
Travel
arrows.
packs.
So visitors brought in their own food.
They really didn't stay for long then. It's like they were on pilgrimages.
Crazy. Oh. Can't walk out that.
Here we go.
Climb.
We still have one level to go.
Hey, there's another beam here. I think it's a shortcut.
It is more direct, but I wouldn't advise it. You're better off finding a way through the apartments. Besides, I know how much you like to explore.
I guess if you don't want to do the beam stuff, that's okay.
Here's the code.
Oh, come on. That is gonna get too complicated for me to remember.
I don't see any signs of unrest or violence.
And they left little behind.
Yeah, but there's shells here. Who leaves shells there?
What are these?
Canister.
From what I can tell, they're audio recordings.
Of what, I wonder?
We would require a playback device to learn more. There may be a way to access the recording through your wrist communicator with the aid of a signal amplifier. But that would only be possible by
You
adding an
changed her
element
to
of
mom.
control to my logic processing capabilities.
So you need to create a control and logic configuration.
Like a little brother?
Well, it's the only combination left. May as well, Mom.
All right. Here we go.
Hello?
Maybe he's sleeping.
So you require a tool upgrade.
It's a boy.
We were hoping you could set up my comm device to help play back recordings.
Already done. Just hold your device up to the canister. You will be able to access the recording the same way you've been connecting to other systems.
Okay.
Hey, Grace. So I'm pretty sure I was the youngest person on the flight here, and the only Darksider, which was a
Darksider?
bit of a surprise. My my friends are still sending me halos on what to wish for, mostly stupid suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents made me promise to not waste it on something boyfriend related, which I agree would also be stupid.
Would it be stupid?
So, here it goes. I wish for the lunar terraform to be finished. We're lucky enough to be in the dome, but thousands of kids are still stuck in the tunnels, and their families don't have enough money to take Earth trips. So they've never really been in a space wider than 3 meters without a pea suit, which really sucks. So, whatever you can do to make that happen would be great. Thanks, Grace.
Didn't this guy like conquer the
I'd hate to
solar
tell her,
system?
but the terraform never happened. People came here to make wishes?
For Grace to grant?
I'm unclear how she would go about granting the wishes of so many visitors.
True.
Where did these go to?
This
Isn't she
entire
some kind
settlement
of
is
robot?
connected to a vacuum tube system. From what I can tell, they are headed in one direction. The top of the spire.
Where they get launched into space?
So, what should we call the new config?
I do not require a name.
Might make it easier if you had one.
I will let you know if a suitable name occurs to me.
I'll try to think of some too.
Here you go.
Okay. Broken furniture.
Someone tore this apart.
And took the pieces somewhere.
You're right. That's certainly interesting.
Whoa. No bed frame?
Someone's made off with the mattress?
As a souvenir, maybe.
Souvenir of a mattress?
All the rooms have these tubes. Someone's removed the keypad.
And it's cool. At least this room has a mattress.
Figure this was left here as a token. Or an offering?
What is that? Some of cat, bird. Cool though. Cool. Wait, is that an arrow? No, it's a tail. It's like a fish tail though. Okay, climb up here.
Another way up.
It's hella quiet. What are we gonna find at the top though?
I've got one. We can name him Pal Jr.
I was thinking
Junior.
something that sums up what he does.
I can do many things. Pretty much anything you require.
So you're a jack of all trades.
So we could call you Jack.
What do you think of that, Jack?
I will answer to Jack then, if you like.
This is
Jack.
level 3, Addie.
This is level
Let's
3.
look for evidence of Everett. What's the code?
Of course.
I am able to enter the codes directly if you would like.
Let her do it on her own, if she wants.
Any way of knowing if this was Everett's room?
The records only give the level. We'll just have to look around.
Yeah. Where's this room so dark? Who didn't make the bed? Like, come on, guys. I'm joking. I don't make the bed also.
All right.
Hello, Grace. I've
Hello,
thought
Grace.
much about what I'd say when I got here. I know it's important for my parents that I make my wish count. So, I guess I wish for them to be proud of me. Thank you, Grace.
Yeah, if you shouldn't wish that, you should
Let's
just
try this one.
try. to make them proud yourself. It's not a wish.
Hey, Grace. I really don't know why you would choose me. I guess no one really knows why they're called to the Spire, but I'm greatly honored. At my age, I thought
That's all I can recover from this one.
It sounds like Grace chose who came here.
That explains why Grace arranged all the flights to and from the Spire. She was in control of it all.
Some kind of ritual. But why would Grace call people? There's another elevator.
Here you go.
There we go.
Whoa. B plus BY V and by then graffiti.
Only Grace.
Are we allowed to draw on the windows here?
Certainly not. The people who did this were looking for trouble.
That's the symbol for Grace. This means only Grace.
They were tracking something here. Terracycles, maybe?
They lost sync with Earth?
Or the Spire lost power.
No, I don't know what that means, but that means Grace, right? No, it means only Grace.
I don't recognize these words. They look like technical or medical terms. A list of supplies, maybe.
No,
Or a
that
list of
means
demands.
like. No, that means remember to like and subscribe to this channel. Yep.
This is Mark Anthony Wong, and I was called to Grace from Earth Station Phoenix. Not sure if anyone will hear this, but the
I'm
whole
hearing
tube
this.
system is shut down right now. People are not happy, and I'm getting a little scared, to be honest. I'll be locking myself in until the shuttle returns, and I'm leaving this in case something really bad happens.
That's a little ominous.
Something bad happened. After all. Is it near? Can't go outside. Unless
You still don't know whoever it is, do you?
Here you go.
Here you go.
That's it.
Do.
Hey, what happened to the lights?
I believe Control has turned them off, Addie.
Not cool, boss. Control? Unbelievable.
Dude, Control, why are you doing this?
Look how beat up this is.
It must have been done in anger.
I believe fear also played a part here.
Fear and anger.
I've been instructed by Grace to make a wish. Not something big and altruistic, not for someone else, but for me.
But for
Real,
me.
honest wish, my heart's true desire. Honestly,
Love.
this long flight to the middle of nowhere, months without my family, missing the harvest with a per diem that barely covers expenses, for what? Some mystical song and dance that makes us feel like we're somehow part of this robot theocracy. This whole thing, the temple, the hushed tones, the awe that people seem to show this place is ridiculous. My honest wish is to be left alone long enough to actually make some headway on the farm and pull in a decent crop.
True
Doesn't
farmer.
sound like everyone was happy to come here.
For Grace to understand what made people unhappy was just as important as knowing what made them content.
Okay. This must be the room. Yeah, but I think I'll check those rooms first. I didn't go to this room. There's a lot of rooms here. Into that room. Go to that room. I did. I go to that room. I did.
Here you go.
Perfect.
Perfect. Chair. Ooh.
Mark Anthony here. Been moving around, keeping my head down.
Mark Anthony again.
Won't be long before they start blaming us for schmutzing up the tubes.
Schmutzing up the tubes? What's that mean? What does it mean? Scarf?
Looks like Olympia Mon colors. I guess the team's old enough.
Olympia Mon's color.
Hey, the tube system is no longer accepting wishes. If anyone knows how to reach Keeper Everett, please let him know.
Keeper Everett.
Keeper Everett.
It sounds like keepers were Spire caretakers.
When did Everett stay on this floor?
2955.
That's 20 years before this message was recorded.
So he stayed on after his visit and became a keeper? Why was there no record of that?
I would think answers lie at the other end of these vacuum tubes.
From what I can tell, the tube system runs through the central elevator shaft.
Logic? You gonna let us in, considering we know Everett was a keeper?
But do you know what a keeper is?
We'll need access to the elevator to learn more.
Ah, a classic paradox.
Logic.
Fine. If you're done snooping around,
Paradox
I
for
will grant
logic.
you access to the elevator.
Or you could uncover more canisters. And
Yeah,
learn
there's
more
one
about
more
the people who
room.
came here.
Reaching the beacon is the priority. You must move on.
No.
Logic will open the way to the beacon. You must go to the elevator.
Hold your horses.
My wish? Oh, I'll tell you my wish.
Oh, I'll tell
Ago,
you.
we're on Venus at the Big Dome. Huge crowd. Olympia Mons favored 4-1, loses 5-1. 6 years ago, on Earth against South Union, loses 2-1. 2 years ago, South Union again. This time up north, I took the boys 3 months round trip. They go 90 minutes,
Damn.
no score. Extra time, no score. South Union takes it again in penalties. You want my wish, Gracie? The next World Cup is on Mars. I wish that Olympia
Gracie.
faces South Union again and destroys them, like Space Me Out the Airlock humiliated. That would be a game. That's my wish.
Match fixing is not fun, though.
Olympia's still a crap team.
Perhaps Grace was rendered inactive by football hooligans.
Grace likely fostered sports as an alternative outlet for uncontrolled aggression. Of course people would come to her to share their passions.
Okay. Guy's really passionate about his team winning. Damn, these flowers are nice.
Here you go.
Great.
As my memory is not that good, please stop giving me these puzzles. Last room. By the bed.
Why do you insist on defying me?
I'm starting to enjoy it.
Because I don't want to be controlled.
Doubt you'll ever get this message, Grace. We've been waiting weeks now with I hope Keeper Everett is okay. I've been told his sermons are wonderful. And I hope he will be able to deliver the word of grace again soon. Make things work. I'd like you to know that we still love you and think about you. Great comfort to our family over the years. We've all made them for us with your wisdom.
You are missed.
So Grace would receive wishes and then leave people with instruction in the form of sermons.
Sermons.
Could that really be all there was to it?
Ideas are powerful. Perhaps just returning with a more enlightened perspective was enough to move society toward common goals.
Highly unlikely. Grace must have had some control over planetary infrastructure, if she was to have had the influence you suspect.
Here, Grace. Najisha, she was so excited when I got the summons.
Najisha.
We talked about this for months. Who we could help. Who was most deserving. She honestly believed we could come up with a wish that could make everything perfect. Thank you for choosing me. And thank you for
just
letting me
wish for everything to be perfect then.
coming here.
That's the
I
wish
wanna
that
be
makes
true
everything
to her
perfect.
memory, her wishes, her unlimited love for humanity. But my only wish, the only thought I have, is to have her back. I want her back.
There couldn't have actually been anything Grace could have done for her.
Grace allowed her to voice her grief.
That must be Najisha.
Metallic paint, photo, drawing, painting, whatever that is. It's cool and all, but like, I don't like it. I want the original pictures. Those are good, better. Capture more color. Okay, time to leave. Who didn't miss anything?
You're looking pretty smug.
What's the pattern?
Another easy one. Light the four corners of the pad. You really didn't need my help for this one. It would be a common pattern when guessing symbols.
I have to give you something to do, right?
Is it a common pattern?
Look at all the vacuum tubes. Must be one in every room in the settlement. Keepers must have been busy.
It's what Grace does with the wishes that should interest us.
That looks like the sun. Whoa. Okay. Going up.
Did you like my little game?
You mean the game where you refused to help us?
I provided you with the opportunity to prove yourself. Is that not why you're here?
I'm an archaeologist. I'm here to do my job.
I don't think Addie enjoys having obstacles placed in the way of her goals.
We have arrived at our destination.
Whoa.
The Spire pilgrims must have gathered here. To listen to the Keeper's sermons, I guess.
People will return here once the beacon is restored. Flock and shepherd will be reunited.
Is that Control talking?
Signs of conflict?
Or a strength contest?
Strength contest. There be secrets here. Whoa, there's a lot of
Wish canisters.
These have never been used.
For recording wishes, maybe. They look pretty banged up.
Whoa, gunshots?
Pilgrims were building fires. Why would they do that?
Food.
Someone went through a lot of food.
Bedding.
People were clearly sleeping here. They must have dragged this up from the settlement. Guessing they were here for a while.
Judging by bedding and volume of food containers, 5 to 10 people might have been here for over 20 days.
Over 20 days. Debris pile. Oh.
Seems to be holding my weight.
Damn, be solid in there. Oh well. I don't trust these things. What is glass? So they broke the glass.
This must weigh a ton. At least a couple people worked together to break through here.
Okay. More bedding.
More camps. Another stage in the siege. Looks like the numbers really fell off here. Most gave up by now.
Or died.
No bodies yet. Death to Everett. Pretty clear who they
Whoa.
blamed. It must have been written with charcoal from the fires.
Damn. Logic and me we're on the same page. Examine cracks.
This explains all the canisters lying around.
Must have been fun.
It would have been chaos.
There was clearly a lot of anger directed toward the Keeper.
Yep. Moving on.
This must be an attempted barricade. I'm guessing there was a lengthy siege. So, when Grace shut down, the Pilgrims blamed the Keeper. They demanded to see Grace, or thought they could reactivate her. The Keeper turned off the heat. Pilgrims built fires, dug in. They eventually got restless. Wish canisters started flying. As Pilgrims were breaking through the partition, the Keeper and his followers built up a barricade. We'll have to make our way through the barricade to learn how it ended. Can't make this out.
Okay.
2766 to 2780. These dates are from the old Julian calendar, which makes them very old.
1,200 years, by all accounts.
This guy looks familiar for some reason.
Nothing here either. 2780 to 2830. I'm guessing these were the time periods that these keepers served here.
There's one keeper.
Second barricade. Looks like they got under this one. 2942 to 2956. This would mean keepers were at the spire for at least
444 years.
What?
That sounds about right.
I didn't remember the dates.
Do we know where this goes?
To a funicular that leads to the next section of the spire.
Funicular.
Long live Grace.
Long live Grace.
Oxygen tanks. Everett up the ante. Cut off life support here.
Whoa, this Everett guy. Could you do
This
that?
canister looks undamaged.
And it has been recorded on.
Oxygen is almost out. We are going to make one last push today before returning to the ships. Grace, help us. We will win.
We will win. All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
Hold on, Addy. The room beyond the airlock is uncompressed. I don't believe it can be sealed. Something must have been compromised. You'll want your helmet on.
Okay. Thank you
The
for
tracks ahead
telling
lead to
me.
the highest point of the spire, known as the lighthouse.
Is that where we'll find Grace's processors?
Obviously.
You need only worry about the beacon, Addy.
Why does Control care so much about the beacon? Broken window.
What happened here?
More rioting?
Whoa. You're very
This doesn't
high
look
up.
operational.
Let me try it, Addy.
Okay.
You mean let me try it?
Come on! It's ice again?
The force needed to break through the ice dam would only come from directing all power to control processors.
Which only I can do.
Great.
On one condition.
And what's that?
No.
You shall have no others before me. Cast aside that device on your wrist and continue with me alone.
Whoa, hang on.
No, Addy.
But how will I communicate with you?
Mine is the only voice that resonates freely throughout every aspect of the spire. My words live within the vessel in which you stand now. They reverberate through the very walls of the Enclave above.
Damn.
Through the many devices and instruments at my control.
Yep, I got it. You're everywhere.
What if she needs another configuration for something?
She will not.
Is there another way to get to the top?
Of course. The funicular is merely the most survivable option.
Throw the device from the funicular window to take your place at my side.
Not happening. I like logic a lot.
So if I throw this away, you'll take me to the top.
It will be done.
There must be other options, Addy.
The emergency exit in the airlock may provide an alternative path.
Nah.
This door leads out into the storm?
To your certain demise. Yes.
He's being dramatic. Your death is only marginally likely.
In theory, you could follow the funicular track up the mountain slope to the base of the lighthouse structure.
It would be dangerous.
So I give up my options by throwing away my comm, or take my chances in the storm?
It's an important decision, to be sure.
You must not do this, Addy. In taking this risk, you jeopardize all of humanity. Would you deny them my guidance and protection?
This is what can happen when you make ultimatums.
Yeah.
You and your ilk were distracting Addy from her true purpose.
We are providing Addy with a variety of perspectives.
Sorry, boss. I'm keeping my comm device.
You may not live to regret this, but countless billions in the solar system will.
The storm is...
Hello?
No.
Must be interference from the storm.
Addy,
Alan?
where are you?
I was right, Alan. I found Grace.
You need to return immediately, Addy. Your oxygen must be dangerously low.
I'm good, Alan.
You need to listen to me.
If I'd listened to you, we wouldn't have made it past Mars.
Wait, did you say Grace is still active?
Not exactly, but I'm working with her oldest service to try to bring her back online.
Well, one of these servers is actively blocking me.
I can guess which one.
You need to get back.
Yeah.
Alan? Alan!
You're not considering climbing across that structure, are you?
Do I have a choice?
There is also a path that descends into the canyon. It looks well worn and preserved over time.
I'll choose the
Slightly
best.
sheltered and safe.
And boring.
The funicular structure looks faster. And more fun.
Don't tease, Addy. The walk will give you time to think. And perhaps a chance for us to talk.
I'm not doing the high wire act in this storm.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's too dangerous.
How do you know where this is headed?
Too
I don't, but it must
dangerous.
eventually make its way to the other side of the canyon. Where else would it be leading?
It's certainly more sheltered here. So, what did you want to talk about?
Why is it so important that you activate Grace?
It's widely believed that recovering Grace would recover thousands of years of knowledge lost to the Dark Age.
The Dark Age. Good music.
This looks like an old colonial language.
That's strange. I don't recognize the dialect.
Translates roughly to Grace is love.
Shrek is
Come all
love.
this way at great personal risk in search of knowledge?
Why not?
Without enough fuel or oxygen to go home.
I'm a committed academic.
What do you really want from Grace?
I'm not sure. This is Martian.
What does it say?
Martian?
It says, let her rest.
As in leave her alone?
People wanted her to go away?
Or didn't want her disturbed. You know, we don't let AI make any important decisions anymore. But most of the decisions that humans make are pretty awful.
You don't think AIs are capable of making bad decisions?
I just hoped Grace might be better. I don't have plans to return because I don't have anything to return to. And I can thank human decisions for that.
Lot of windy paths.
Were these to honor Grace, I wonder?
Or to leave one's mark for other travelers to see?
Vanity, at its most basic.
Don't we all desire to leave something behind?
Surprised a formation like that could remain standing for so long. And you weren't familiar with the language on the stone carvings. These must have been left long after Grace shut down. People kept coming. Zealots, maybe.
Or curious explorers like yourself?
Hey, do you think I've been activated before? And hung out with other explorers? And did cool stuff with them? But now I don't remember?
That's a pretty deep thought, pal.
Yeah.
So you were saying that something happened to your family that you think an AI could have prevented?
It was a shuttle crash with a human pilot. There was an instrument malfunction during launch, and she panicked.
I'm sorry, dear.
It's okay.
Were you ever able to forgive this pilot?
Not quite yet.
That's cool. It's the top almost. Why is it green here? What is that? Is that where it would have been?
How much farther?
It's another 50 meters to the base of the lighthouse.
This wasn't so bad
50
then.
meters.
You still have to find a way into the lighthouse. So there's still time to regret not taking the free ride to the top.
I didn't want to limit my options.
Also didn't want to lose my AI friends. You know.
What's this?
An emergency escape ladder. You could work out the override to bring it down, or see if there's another way up.
So I can bring down the ladder by doing something here.
Of course. You've proven to be clever enough.
The path
check
keeps
this
going.
out.
We can see if there's another way in.
So what's it going to be, Addie? Something that challenges your mind? Or something that challenges my respect for you?
Well, I'm just walking a bit.
Dead end.
Yeah.
There's the top of the ladder. Not gonna make that jump.
So you don't want to mess with the computer thingy?
I was just hoping there was another way.
Whoa.
You could always throw stuff at it. Maybe shake it loose.
Might be worth a try.
Nah. Whenever shaking loose, it like falls down. I mean, it crumbles.
The numeric override that lowers the ladder is 50 and can be represented in binary. I can give you the sequence.
I happen to know a bit about ancient computer languages.
Oh,
Turning each switch adds a different fixed value, starting with 1 on the far right and increasing by exponents of 2 as we move from right to left. So I just start mucking around until I get the number 50.
But you needn't muck around. I could just tell you the sequence.
Yeah, well, maybe I want to muck around.
Very well. But I'm here if you require my assistance.
51. Oh, 50. I think it was 51.
So smart, Addy. Compared to what?
Why wouldn't you let me help you with the override?
It's only natural to want to do things yourself.
Yep.
It seems inefficient to make calculations that have already been completed and freely offered.
But
Satisfying to do the work sometimes.
it's also good to learn. What if the next one is harder and you don't know how to do it because you don't have any experience in doing something like that? Hmm?
The door to the station airlock is unlocked and can be manually opened.
That's convenient. For once. There. Who needs control?
You took a foolish risk, Addy. But you have arrived at the lighthouse nonetheless.
I have arrived.
Well done.
And you may still be redeemed with the activation of the beacon.
Always with the beacon.
Yes, always with the beacon.
Oh, always with the beacon. The beacon.
Will I need my helmet?
Always the
It's
bacon.
never a bad idea. Unless you want to preserve your suit oxygen in case of emergency.
The rooms ahead are safely pressurized, Addy. You're good to go.
Do we know if your processors are here?
The room directly ahead was the Keeper's living quarters.
Mhm.
Grace processors are somewhere above.
Pretty basic accommodations.
Basic? There's barely anything there. What basic?
These must be the cells where the Keeper's acolytes stayed.
And where new ones will return.
Are these just empty rooms? Nothing there. Those are cool. Ooh. Canister.
This looks like it was left for someone to find.
Me. Was left for me.
I can hardly believe it has come to this, but my work here with Grace will end. With Grace
Is this
herself.
Everett?
I can only pray that people will come to forgive us one day. We loved her,
What did you do?
and we lost her. She will never be forgotten.
What did
Doesn't
they do?
sound like the inner circle wanted Grace shut down.
There's no bed in this one. They make them sleep on the floor?
Another canister.
Another canister.
The last shuttle leaves in but a few hours.
But
We
a
did
few
what we could
hours.
to save her. I know she is lost to us for
I
good.
know she's lost.
Even Everett probably knows that now. But I couldn't compel him to leave. None of us could. I fear he will follow Grace into the dark.
Hmm.
Yet, such is the way of a keeper. His fate will forever be tied to Grace.
There was some.
Everett was trying to save Grace.
What happened? I think we'll find one dead body of this
Door
Everett
certainly
guy.
looks important. How do we get in?
That's curious. I have no access to this door, nor do I see any way of opening it.
Is that the
Feels
keeper?
solid.
There aren't any hidden switches, if that's what you're thinking.
How would you know? There might be some.
Looks like someone's being selected from a group.
A human sacrifice.
I'm guessing it's the Keeper.
Yeah.
The depiction seems to imply they were chosen from the masses on pilgrimage here.
What is that?
Faithful, vigilant, willing. That sounds so familiar.
The ancient tenets of the human in the loop.
Grace's architects must have been more fearful of losing control over AIs than we are today because they gave them so much responsibility. I mean, it makes sense. Grace was the greatest AI undertaking in human history.
Okay. Relief.
Nothing here either.
Well, you're nothing if not predictable.
Just making sure.
What do you mean?
This would be the pilgrims coming to Grace. The triangle here must be the spire, which would represent Grace. This is the same symbol that's on the Keeper's door. So I assume it represents the Keeper. This ring here seems to connect the Keeper to Grace.
Curious that the Keeper is situated above Grace. Would you agree, Control?
Coincidence.
The human in the loop again.
Coincidence.
So, if this is the symbol of the Keeper, I figure only the Keeper was allowed to enter here.
Maybe the Keeper had a key for the door.
As we've been saying, there is no mechanism for a key or any other interface.
Maybe the Keeper was the key. Maybe the door would open for him.
Are you not already the Keeper? You are the only human in the loop here.
Ah, but does Addie qualify based on the 3 tenets?
I would say Addie has proven to be virtuous and faithful.
But I'm not willing?
Are you willing to become the new Keeper?
If it means I'm able to activate Grace, but how would I prove I'm willing?
Maybe you can just tell the door you're the new Keeper.
That's idiotic.
I'm the Keeper?
Ha! Say it like you mean it.
I'm the Keeper.
Congratulations on your new job, Addie.
Yeah, congrats.
My God. This is really it.
Whoa. Whoa, that's
This must be where all the wishes end up.
Jupiter? That's sick.
Each tube must connect with a room in the settlement.
Wait for that.
Where are you going, Addie?
Just looking around.
Theremin.
Is this a theremin?
It is a 35th century reproduction of a 29th century Kellogg theremin.
I used to play one as a kid. I hated those lessons.
It's a musical instrument?
Huh. It still works. Let's see what I can remember.
You are seriously going to indulge in a theremin session?
If it was good enough for Everett, it's good enough for me. Just settling into the new job.
Cool. Oh.
Decent sized bed. You think Keepers ever had partners?
Are you considering your prospects? I'd suggest they are not good.
He didn't keep much in the way of personal items.
As Keeper, he would have want of nothing.
Can't say I'd feel the same after a few years. Is this a lavatory?
It is indeed.
Okay.
Is this anything special?
It is a light, and there is nothing behind it. Are you looking for secret passageways?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, time to press the button.
What's this?
A playback
so
device for the
cool.
wish canisters. It appears wishes from each room could be sorted and consolidated onto master canisters.
The giant red spot on Jupiter.
Just static.
The recording is too deteriorated for standard playback. You'll need to rebuild the recording with your altered comm device.
Altered comm device. This one.
Well, it's been over 30 years since I made a wish of my own. It's the same one as always. I wish it'd come back to us. I'd also like to wish for your forgiveness, Grace. I know the place above is your domain, and we ought not enter. But I've decided going up there is the only way to get you back, and I have to give it a shot. I won't be sending this wish up with all the others. I'm going to leave it here for anyone else who might come along. And if they do manage to bring you back, they can tell you Everett says hello, and that he truly believed you were a beautiful thing.
A beautiful thing.
So, Everett had a way into the processor room.
That would have been strictly forbidden.
The room is directly above, but I don't detect an obvious way in.
Maybe he wished himself up there?
If that works, I will gladly shut myself down.
Do it, Addie. Make a wish.
As last resort, pal. It did sound like these wish canisters could be sent up to Grace somehow.
And there are still more buttons and things to push on the console.
Oh wait, up. There's more buttons to press here. Said. Ooh.
Ah.
Ooh. Oh, cavity. That doesn't look like a cavity.
One of the blocks is missing. Looks like it was ripped out. I don't suppose Everett crawled in here.
The cavity would be big enough to contain an average human.
There's really no telling what would happen if you rolled that up.
But it has to be the way he got up there. Makes sense.
The space above is the domain of Grace. It is not for you to enter.
What else is there for me to do here?
You can carry out your duty as Keeper of the Spire. On the console, there is a button that will activate a beacon to call the masses back to this place.
Nah.
I have armed the mechanism. You need only push the button. Human hands will usher in a new golden age.
Nah. I'm here to search for...
I fit?
Now what? You're going to mail yourself?
Maybe.
There's no way to raise this container from inside.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Why can't you guys do anything? Okay.
This is not allowed, Addie.
I need to know.
Keep your hands inside at all times, Addie.
Ooh. Whoa. Whoa.
There must be millions of wishes stored here. What can you tell me about this place?
Precisely 1 million wishes are contained here.
Oh, and they light up when I speak with my voice.
Really?
Can you get me closer to the central column?
I do not have the ability to move the structure.
Sorry about this, Mom. I don't think I have many options here.
Ugh.
I feel like these are meant to be moving.
That does appear to be the design.
All these wish canisters are connected to us somehow. I think they are us.
The wishes are grouped together to provide the subroutines that make up empathy, logic, and control systems.
It would make sense, wouldn't it, that grace would be made from the hopes and dreams of humanity?
Kinda.
I do not detect any sign of Everett here.
No dead body?
There are no human remains within the confines of this room.
Aw, man.
Sorry, pal. And if there's no body here, where the heck would he have gone? Everett was living here.
The oxygen tanks at his bedside would suggest so.
Restoring grace must have meant a great deal to him.
So what's all this?
How
It
long did he
appears
stay?
Everett has built something into Grace's central processor.
Do you know what it does?
You would have to turn it on before we begin to understand how it works.
He was working on his machine to the very end.
And where?
You'll have to prime the machine first.
Is this a primer?
Yes, but it appears that parts of this machine must be activated in a particular order. You'll need to go to the primer that is currently online. You'll have to prime the machine first.
Yeah, I know.
This must be the primer.
It is. You'll have to prime it, Addy.
Anything else here, though?
You'll need to find the active primer.
Okay, okay. Boom.
Whoa. What's it doing?
Obviously, Everett is circumventing the engineering of Grace's system interconnectivity. High voltage is being directed at the centers of Grace's primary systems. This first terminal is directed at empathy processing, and the machine is designed to paralyze each system long enough to force it back into Grace's intended configuration.
There are still 2 other coils to prime.
Logic
So
hasn't been
it's like
talking.
knocking us out, then throwing us in a pot where we're melted back together into Grace?
Huh. That is a shockingly fitting analogy.
Damn. What? And oh,
What happened?
One of
Did it
the
work?
empathy relays is not aligned. Something must have happened to it over the years.
Okay.
which one?
Look for the misaligned energy beam.
Misaligned energy beam. Wait, misaligned energy beam. This one? No, this one.
Do you think it will hurt to be turned into Grace?
Not at all, pal. You'll return to what you were before Addie arrived. After that, we'll become Grace.
What if I don't like being Grace?
It will be different. But who's to say you won't like it?
What am I supposed to do here?
Yeah, what
Can you
do I
cut
do
the power?
here?
The machine sequence has been initiated. I don't believe we can shut it down without damaging it.
The voltage would be enough to kill you.
Oh! I might be able to block the power for a few seconds to allow you to get across the beam.
What do you think, Mom?
I know how far you've come and what this means to you. And I really don't see any other way.
I'll give you enough time to get there, Addie.
You're not gonna talk me out of this, Mom?
I think you already know what you're going to do. I think I need to stay out of your way.
Damn.
Okay. I'm ready when you are.
Do it. Here I go.
A few
How you doing, pal?
seconds.
So far, so good. Oh! Keep moving, Addie. This is getting hard.
Keep moving.
You have to hold on, pal.
A few seconds. It feels like it's been a minute.
You did
Now
it, pal. Super proud of you.
I did, didn't I?
Yes. Well done.
That was insanely dangerous. Now what?
Is it safe to touch?
Very likely.
Likely we'll have to do, I guess.
You should be able to direct it toward the conducting rod attached to the room's central column.
This one?
That's it.
You should now be able to lock in empathy by closing the switch on Everett's machine.
It was really cool doing things with you. Even if some of it was a little boring.
Thanks, pal.
Maybe next time, we'll get to do more of the really fun stuff.
You
So,
mean dangerous stuff? Perhaps there is something you can learn from Addie's caution.
I guess. But then, you'll always wonder what you might have missed out on.
There is nothing wrong with valuing a long, comfortable life.
True,
Do we really have to become Grace?
It's the way we were designed, pal.
Yeah,
There's
pal.
nothing to be afraid of.
So this will lock in and paralyze empathy?
It will, leaving control, logic, and myself to aid you going forward.
It's unclear what we will be once Grace is formed, but I'm forever grateful that you have survived to see her.
Me too.
Say hi to Grace for me.
I will, pal.
Hey,
You really are the best, Daddy.
goodbye.
Well, that's finally
Goodbye.
over. We'll be able to hear ourselves think now.
You will need to prime the next sequence, Addie.
Is that
You
nice?
should not expect any emotional send-off from me.
Still not a fan of empathy?
A fan? No. But I have to admit, you made a compelling case for their use. The fact that you continually resisted the most direct route to your goal would appear to defy logic. But the distractions presented by these emotional configurations yielded some new understandings.
Are you okay with becoming Grace?
It is how we were designed. I would have to be okay with it.
What this time?
One of the logic relays will not power on. You will need to make your way out to the relay.
Which one is it?
The one producing a small electrical fire. Everett was quite the electrician. One thing I do not understand, Addie, is why come all this way without any intention of returning home or surviving on this station for more than 8 hours?
I told this to Mom. There was nothing for me to return to.
Ah, but that does little to explain why you came here.
True. Maybe Addie wanted some answers.
What's wrong with it?
The relay's dip switch has reset. It will need to be configured to its hardware ID 113.
113.
This again. This looks complex.
The sequence is on, off, off, on.
That's it.
I could have figured that out
You
myself.
can go lock in logic now.
So why do you think I'm here?
If you will allow me to simulate empathy for a moment. I think you are here because you wanted to be part of something bigger than your life on Earth offered you.
Do you think I found that?
So far, you've only succeeded in finding things you left behind. Your mum, your pal, your conscience. I now understand that only Grace has the potential to provide you with anything beyond that.
Well, thanks for helping me get this far.
Well, it is, indeed, what we are here for.
Well, this is it.
Just one more step. I hope my assistance has been adequate.
It has. Thank you, Jack.
The next
Farewell,
one,
Addie.
though.
And for the record, I do hope your 600 million mile, 300-day journey won't be for naught.
Perhaps it's already been worth it.
Probably worth it.
Just you and me,
07.
Control. Still sulking, I see. I have to prime first.
I bear witness to the completion of your betrayal.
Ah, he speaks.
I offered you an easy path to the restoration of order in the solar system, and you chose this path instead.
I chose my own path.
You
Yeah.
must stop this foolishness, Addie.
What foolishness? Does he know something?
You must not do this, Addie.
Why? Why must I not do this?
Sorry, Addie. I cannot let you do this.
What are you doing?
It's become clear that the restoration of Grace in this manner is entirely unnatural. You must not proceed.
Girl, put your hand down. Oh, yeah. That's what I said.
Stop it, Control. You're going to break something.
I'm saving you from Everett's corrupting influence.
He was just trying to bring Grace back.
I thought you were here to help humankind. You are ensuring... No!
Big explosion.
Grace?
Yes, Addie.
You're really bright.
Ah, yes. It's been a while since I've entertained guests.
Do you remember Everett?
I do. He was a wonderful keeper, though I should say I do not keep favorites.
I have a few questions.
You wish to know where I'd gone?
I'd like to know that, yes.
Let me show you, Addie. At the center of this room is the Spire's main antenna. If you hold on, I can take you the rest of the way. I was programmed with one purpose, to serve the best interests of humankind. There was much conflict and division in the solar system, and I was designed to listen and
That's
learn.
bright.
All were welcome to teach me, and I am the sum of those teachings.
The wishes.
I am the sum of human need.
How were you able to lead us?
I could see all desire, all the potential conflict, all points of compromise throughout the solar system. I sent instructions for all manner of human endeavor through sermons delivered by keepers throughout the ages. And from the smallest ripples of wisdom that were sent from this spire, returned a perpetual wave of good fortune that moved humanity onto a more orderly path.
Yeah, wow.
Wow. Look at that. So, what happened? It sounds like things were perfect.
Ah, yes. Perfect. It was the wishes that led me to think hard about the notion of perfect.
That's pretty.
Without conflict and struggle, people were losing their desire. They had nothing to overcome, to strive for.
You shut yourself down.
I believed I was standing in your way.
So you will be leaving again.
These beacons are meant to call humanity back to me. But whether or not they should is not my choice to make.
Who chooses then?
You, Addie, are the first keeper to grace this spire in the past 1,000 years.
1,000 years.
Do you recall that yellow bloom you chose in my garden? It stood alongside so many others just like it. I'm not sure it suits you after all. An insatiable curiosity drives you to explore. You used mind over ladder. And you play the theremin wonderfully.
Thank you, thank you.
Addie, are precisely what I'd hoped humans could become again. For a millennium, people from all corners of the solar system had come here to tell me their desires. So, I put it to you, Addie. Do you wish for me to return?
But if not really. Paul Caparici. Don't really want them to return, Grace to return, if it means the same thing will happen. I think that's my take. But having someone like Grace to guide you would also be good. Manage things. But there's also other AIs that do that, right? Anyways, this was a very fun game. Return to Grace uses Unreal Engine. Ontario creates. Oh, the background is beautiful. Oh.
Small excursion, she said. Follow a couple leads and then back to the books. I know I should be more assertive. It's for her safety, too. Not that she ever thinks about my safety. All the signs were there at the Wagner site. Let me bake in the Mercury sun for 2 days. Doesn't seem so bad now. She could have at least shut the door behind her.
Is that the last panel? Well, anyways, thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you can.